What's going on, my friends? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today, and what we're going to get into are some altcoins. But first of all, I want to address the question and the situation of when altcoin season. I've had a lot of questions about this. Chris, when you think altcoin season is going to happen? And my best guess, guys, we can obviously go through cycles and look at what's happened over the last 4 years, 8 years, 12 years. But what I like to do here is really pay attention to this Bitcoin dominance. And what we're going to do today, we're going to step back and we're going to be on the 2-week time frame chart. And guys, what I'm going to give you here, it's something that I like to watch. Number one, we're going to be watching price action. We're going to see if these higher lows and higher highs on the 2-week time frame are going to continue for Bitcoin. Right now, we're getting in a bit of like a rising wedge. It looks like we're kind of running out of steam. We have longer wicks up here of some profit taking. And what we need is that money to transfer, some of it at least, guys, out of Bitcoin and into some of these altcoins. So we want that Bitcoin dominance to start coming down if you're an altcoin holder or you're looking for more explosive gains as opposed to just Bitcoin. So when we're looking at here, guys, you can see we've had wicks of profit taking. We're starting to slow down, but we still are holding. We're still holding our higher highs and our higher lows, which is important. And I also want you to pay attention to these two moving averages. They've done really well, and this is what we're going to look at for our altcoins. We're going to be on the 2-week time frame so we can really get a good view of where we're at here. But when we see in blue our 12 EMA, and this is going to be on the 2-week like we talked about, and our 20, which is going to be in green, when they are pointing up and price is holding them both as support here, guys, especially this green one here. But when they're both pointed up like that, right now is not the time to go against Bitcoin dominance. Not yet. We have not seen that drop to the downside, that strong drop to the downside where these moving averages, the blue starts crossing down through the green and we start rolling over on heavier volume. We start getting bearish engulfing candles. I mean, you can see these massive candles, guys, that are just coming in here, but a nice bearish engulfing candle here. And typically for Bitcoin, what you'll see, guys, like in 2017 over here, this whole drop in Bitcoin dominance was essentially when the altcoin market was running. You can take a look at Litecoin, guys, and we'll go back to this time frame, 2017, just to give you an example of what I'm talking about. So we go to the same time frame and we move over here, and basically when that Bitcoin dominance started to drop, that's when Litecoin really took off. So it's important for us to pay attention to this dominance and see what's actually taking place with it and watching the price action. Same in 2021 here, guys. We got up to a total of 74.5% for our dominance, and then we started rolling over, and that's when the altcoins had their time to run. So right now, what I'm saying is it's getting a little bit toppier up here, getting these nice candles. We're starting to see some weakness, but we have not confirmed anything yet to where we know for sure that Bitcoin dominance is going to start to go down. So I'm anticipating it, I'm watching it, but we just don't have that confirmation yet. We have started to see some more money heading into the altcoins. If you look at things like the total 3, which is good to look at, guys. I'm not going to get into that. I guess I'll get into it real quick for you here. So just like total 3, we're still holding our 20 moving average here on the 2-week time frame. So realistically, this could just be a really nice correction before we get moving again back to the upside. And when we're taking a look at this total 3, that's going to be excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. So next, guys, going back to this Bitcoin dominance. So with the Bitcoin dominance, pay attention on this 2-week time frame and see if we start having a candle close below both of these, and watch to see if it's on heavier volume. If that's the case, then we might start that downtrend, and that's when some money can go into those altcoins. So I don't think it's altcoin season yet, but we are starting to see some good signs that the Bitcoin dominance is starting to slow down just a little bit here. All right, so next one, guys, if we just take a look at Bitcoin on the 2-week here, still up above our 12 moving average, our 12 EMA and our 20, so no problem there. We've more so just been consolidating sideways in this range, and this is going to put you between $56,000 then all the way up to around our high of $74,000. So right now, guys, still just chopping, and even if we move sideways, that could give the altcoins a chance to pick up some steam here, guys, because they've just been really depressed for us. So looking at this next, we're going to look at money flow. So for Bitcoin, on the 2-week here, the money flow is going to be at a positive 9.45. VWAP is going to be at a negative 8.07. Relative strength is going to be at a 65. So far, so good for Bitcoin here, guys. I mean, honestly, we got some longer wicks up here of some profit taking right in that area. So we have to be aware of that. But overall, this is looking good. No problem here for Bitcoin, just moving sideways. No issues. Let's take a look at Ethereum. sitting at 3,447. Still up above our 12 EMA, up above our 20. Simple moving average there on the 2-week time frame, so no problems. Our money flow is going to be at a positive 5.64, so we do want that to start coming up. VWAP is going to be at a negative 2.44. Relative strength is up above that 50 line. We're sitting at 62 right now. And for our squeeze, our momentum right down here, we are still green. We have not turned or moved into the red at all. So for Ethereum, guys, same deal, just consolidating sideways. In my opinion, I still expect Ethereum to get moving here. We know how Ethereum runs, and we have not really seen major run yet for Ethereum. And one thing that I've looked at, guys, when we do have these major pushes, many times we'll have really nice explosive runs for about 6 weeks or so, and then we'll get that nice retracement. And that's just going back through things. A lot of the times when we do make really explosive runs, you can see right here, it's about 6 weeks, and then we had a big drop. So just really watching right here, guys, this is going to be about 8 weeks, and then we had a pretty significant correction from 2,000 all the way down to about 1,304. So just watching these things, paying attention to them. But so far, everything looking really good for Ethereum here. No major problems. Next one we're going to get into is Cardano. Let me know what coin you're here for. I just really want to step back, guys. I'm not doing videos as often, but when I do them here, I really want to give you some good substance, and that's why we're going on this 2-week time frame here. So for Cardano, we got to get back up above here, guys, this 12 and this 20 moving average. We are trapped below them right now, and both of those are kind of kissing here right at around 50 cents. So 50 cents is going to be a major area for us that we have to get up through. Money flow is still going to be in the red here. We're at negative 12.20. Our relative strength is going to be a 43, so we need to get that back up above the 50 line. And then for our squeeze here, we are still in the green, but we've started to just go down a little bit here, losing some strength. So really need Cardano to pick itself up here, guys. It was attacked. It stood strong. I think there's a lot going for it. I still believe that it's really undervalued at this 39 cents or whatever. I think it's going to have its time in this bull market, but as of right now, it still has a good amount of work to do. So that's going to be Cardano. The next one we're going to take a look at is, let's see, let's go to Link. All right, so for Link also, trapped below both of these moving averages. So guys, these are going to be overhead resistance. We're going to have to get up through about $15.80 is going to be a big area for us. We have seen a decent amount of wicks down in this area, around $14 all the way down to about $12. So we have seen some buying pressure down in that range. For the most part, guys, it's just been down and sideways here. So it really need to get itself picked up. We had a nice push of volume, and then we started to just fade off here. But the selling pressure hasn't been on massive amount of volume. So that's one thing we're still watching, just to see if we can get that next leg up. Go challenge around $18 and then up to around that $23 range. Money flow is going to be at a negative 2.32. VWAP is going to be at a negative 12. Relative strength is going to be at a 50. So that's Link. All right, let's go to Litecoin. Try to get as many as I can here for us. So Litecoin, guys, you can see just really bouncing, chopping around in this area here. We're going to see if this is going to end up being some type of accumulation area. So we want to hold this yellow uptrend line, which is going to be a big deal for us. These moving averages have more so just been moving sideways, so not a lot of significance. You can see here when we start trending, they really start to move upwards and they start to separate a little bit here. So we haven't seen anything like that. Litecoin really needs to get it going as well. We had a nice push of volume here, and then we've had this selling back down into this range. Major overhead resistance for Litecoin, guys. We got to get above about $80 and it'd be up to around that psychological level of 100. Major area that we need to break is this 115. If we can break through that, then that can give us a really good move. If we break down through this trend line here, I would look down to about $57 for support. Money flow is going to be at a negative 4.95. VWAP is going to be at a negative 16. Relative strength is going to be at 45. So this is kind of the reason, guys, just going through multiple altcoins here, you see it's just still not time yet. I'm hoping we're slowly transitioning into it, and I believe these are good levels to get coins at. But right now, Bitcoin has still been the driver as of now. So let's go to Solana. Big news for Solana here about a potential filing for an ETF. I think it was from Van Eck. Okay, guys, trying to hold this 12 EMA in blue. Really nice hammer candle. If we could close like this here, guys, you could also see more wicks down in this range. So it looks like people have been buying from 145 all the way down to about that 118. Have been big levels here. Same deal, just moving sideways, waiting to see if we're going to get that next leg up. Major overhead resistance here, guys. Is going to put us up above $210 and be that previous all-time high at about 260. And in my opinion, I think Solana is just going to keep moving here, guys. It can stay in this correction for a while, but this is one that just seems to really get a lot of interest and a lot of volume behind it. So relative strength right now is going to put you at 63.57. Money flow is going to be at a positive 0.56, and our VWAP is going to be at a negative 10.42. I just want to do a few more here for us. Let's go up to Dogecoin. So Dogecoin, more in this accumulation area. We had our first nice breakout here, guys. Came on a little bit heavier volume. Still would like to see more, obviously. Had a big retracement. Now we're trying to hold this 20 EM or a 20 simple moving average, and that's going to put you in green, guys. So for Doge, main area we need to hold is about 11.5 cents. Major overhead resistance we'd be looking at is about 23 cents, and then be up to around that 35 cents. Money flow still is at a negative 7.01. VWAP is going to be at a negative 14, and our relative strength is going to be at 52. Avax. So for Avax, kind of having the same problem with a lot of other altcoins, guys. Trading below the 12 and the 20 here, moving average, so just really keep an eye on those. Like I'm trying to tell you. Money flow is going to put you at a negative 16.85. Relative strength is going to be at 47 right now. And guys, obviously all these can change really fast, and that's the beauty of altcoins and altcoin season. It happens really fast, and it's just in sometimes a month, several months, and that's about it. And it just goes parabolic, and you got to make wise decisions. So just be prepared and be ready. But that's what I want to get into today, guys. Wish I could get into more, but that's what I have time for. God bless each and every one of you. Take care, my friends.